You are welcome in the Economica IAS YouTube channel. Students, what's the problem I saw among the students when they are going to appear in mains examinations? First time, second time, third time, the multiple students face the problem how to write a good answer. That's why this is the exercise for only those students who are facing the challenge in mains examinations, repeatedly failed in mains examinations. Basically, they are unable to understand what they have to write, what will be the content, what is the area of particular questions. Multiple times of problems are there with the student. If you first of all understand the question in simplest way, without extra knowledge which you have in your brain, you can write a good answer. For the purpose, I am doing this exercise. Making simple, rational, and highly scoring answer of the question within time and word limit in itself an intellectual work. If you do once this exercise multiple times, automatically you can write a good answer for your mains civil service 2026. Some of you may be thinking that what's the utility of the previous year question analysis, writing practice, etc. To some extent, this gives you insight of thinking about the UPSC. What is the trend? What are the future expected questions may be asked by UPSC? A vision automatically developed in you. Second point, you are more and more habitual to write down within time. Word limit, your brain, writing, everything is speed automatically maintained, which is more necessary for the qualifying this mains with the respected marks. That's why I am supporting you by the doing this exercise by making the answer more and more simple for you. If you go through this answer as I explained shortly, what is the key point? What are the part of that key point? What are the elaborations of that key point? After that you can conclude very easily. I will discuss here only 4 points. What is the question? What are the key point of the question? What are the part of that answer? And how you can elaborate that part? Finally, you have to conclude. Very simple approach is there. There is no difficulty in Indian economy. Generally, a number of students are thinking Indian economy as the toughest portion of GS. But in actual, it is the easiest portion of the GS. Why I say easiest? If you begin to see in the market, if you begin to see different sector of the economy, if you begin to see in the newspapers, if you begin to see economic survey and budget, then definitely student you can do excellent performance in your coming mains examinations. As you know, multiple years since 2011 onward, students are getting minimum marks in GS economy third paper. Why they are getting minimum marks? Because they are not aware how to write a good answer. That's why I am supporting here. Now come on the questions and very simply I will elaborate these questions. Because this question asking 150 words means you are needed small, a very simple and inclusive knowledge of this topic. Inclusiveness should be there. If you give up some points, you are not analyzing that one. It shows some kind of deficiency in knowledge. Now come on the issue. Elaborate the scope and significance. This question asking two things, scope and significance of supply chain management of agricultural commodities in India. What is the scope of supply chain of agriculture commodities in India and what is the significance of supply chain commodities in India? There are the two key points which you can summarize scope and significance of supply chain of agricultural commodities in India. Very simple answer should be there, which should be understandable very simply. You can write that one with authentic. If there are the needed some kinds of other policies, etc., come one by one. First, you think about the scope of supply chain. What is the scope of supply chain? Supply chain means from production to marketing. What kinds of supply chain is available in the market, and what is the significance means from production to marketing, what is the significance of this supply chain management? Number one, if you see scope of supply chain, input supply management. I am not going to explain the problem of farmer here. You know that. If farmers are getting adequate quality seeds, fertilizer, irrigation water, technologies, equipment, credit, etc. facility. This is the input supply management, and it is done by the government under different policies. Then definitely farmer will grow their crop with high productivity and production. This is the scope of input supply management. Second point, production and aggregation. You know, there are the three organizations which are aggregating the production of farmers or procuring the production of farmers. Private agencies, government agencies, cooperative societies. Our regulated mandis are the government agencies. Private brokers in regulated mandis, they are procuring the produce of farmer. They are aggregating that produce. Cooperative societies, multi-purpose cooperative societies also doing the same thing. They are supporting as well as input supply management as well as aggregation of the production. Similarly, storage and housing facilities, that is also provided by private sector, government sector, cooperative societies, you know. Cold storage, warehousing facilities also facilitated by these three. And recently, under triple P model, public-private participation model, government and private entity are working together to facilitate the warehousing facility, the storage facilities to the farmers' produce. In case of port, transportation and logistics, you can categorize all crops in two categories, perishable, non-perishable. For perishable transportation, that is refrigerator vans, as you can know, Kisan Rail. That is also a transportation mean for both, that is perishable and non-perishable. This kinds of facility also available, and this is the scope of supply chain. Processing and value additions means there are multiple food processing agencies which are processed grain as well as vegetables, fruits. After processing, packaging, standardization, quality mark is there. Automatically, that are increasing the size of market, and that is enhancing the income. Marketing and distribution, as you know, government in electronic national agriculture marketing. Blockchain technology, other major reforms done by the government by the Model Act 2004. No need to explain all these things, only just you have to give in the reference what is the marketing and distribution system of the government of India. Export supply chain, as you know, export promotion scheme of the government of India for agriculture produce. Similarly, there are some organizations which are exclusively working for export promotion. If I quote you one organization, Agriculture and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority, you know, that is export promotion or supply chain. You know these points only and elaborate very important aspect of this point, that is the scope of supply chain. Simply you have to understand these points in case of significance of supply chain, reduction in post-harvesting losses. You know, if we have infrastructural facilities, good quality transportation facilities, and efficient supply chain management, according to some empirical studies, between 5 to 10% of agriculture produce every year wastage by rats, ants due to deficiency of our infrastructural facilities or supply chain management deficiencies. If it is efficiently developed as government is going to develop by multiple ways, then definitely we can minimize these losses of farmers after the post harvesting. As you know, government of India like to achieve doubling income of the farmer. Higher income, how is possible? By the supply chain management. As our cooperative societies are working in supply chain management, increasing bargaining capacity of the farmers, facilitating everything, agriculture inputs, credits, technology, transportation mean at a very cheap rate of interest. It means this will automatically enhancing the income of farmers. Again, food security and price stability. Students, you know, if our supply chain is efficiently working in India, the demand and supply of all perishable, non-perishable goods managed automatically. There is no price fluctuations. Price stability is there. If the price stability means every person can get or purchase these produce in the market at a normal price. Means food security. With increasing stocks, it may be FCI, it may be private, it may be cooperative societies, and recently under Triple P, private entities and government collectively can create a quality food stock for these purposes. Fourth one, promotion agro-processing. As you know, agro-processing industries categorized in third schedules of the industries, 100% FDI, modern technology, promotion scheme of the government. These processing industries are again efficiently working in India, and this is the significance of supply chain. Inclusive rural development. If government is developing rural roads, rural markets, rural electrification, warehousing facilities, cold storage chain, etc., it will provide multiple employment opportunities, poverty reduction, financial inclusion, social inclusion. Automatically, you will say that is the inclusive rural development of the economy, which is our target also. Again, climate resilient and sustainability. Why climate resilient? If everything under this supply chain management available to the farmers, then we can minimize the fluctuations in the system due to climate change. Or all regions will grow those crops which they can grow without any environmental disturbances. These are the significance of supply chain. Students, question answer is very simple. Now you have to summarize this one in 150 words. This is your intellectual. How you can write without coding these points, only for elaborations, for your understanding, so that you can understand the area of discussion of this question. I classify these points, but you have to create only the two para in explanation, one para in introduction, one para in conclusion. You will summarize these questions within how many words? 150 words. How many minutes? That is only 6 minutes. You have to write down this answer. Introduce scope and significance of supply chain within 15 words. Explain two part as I coding you introduction, because you have to write down this question in 6 minutes, not more than. Expansion, and then conclusion. 15 words, 15 words, and 120 words, 2 para. On scope, 60 words. On significance of supply chain, significance of supply chain of 60 words. One by one, you can write these answer, and finally you will conclude within 15 words. This should be the strategy of your student. If you do this practice by writing simple answer, because now the time when you once prepare the selected topic, after then write down 2 and 3 questions, highly expected questions, as I am going to start from 1st July, carry on my lecture. Each day I will discuss at least 4 questions, so that I can cover at least 40 questions within 10 days. Out of that 40 questions, maximum expectations are there that they will be asking in your May 2026 civil service from GS economy in your GS third paper. Okay student, thank you for listening. If you are getting some kinds of good quality things in my lecture, then you can appreciate me by subscribing, by writing, by liking the lecture, or you can comment if you face some kind of problem in my lecture. Thank you.